And there's no guarantee that Atiku would even defeat Obi at the primary because they are going to throw it open. But he chose to go. A part of the reasons he gave was that there are too many litigations there and there. We don't know where he has gone to now, if there are litigations or not. It doesn't matter to me. I wish him the best. He's not my enemy. Okay, so it's good that you go and test his popularity elsewhere. So let others also, but you cannot force Atiku out for a man because the man says, if me and Kwankwaso come together by 12 o'clock, elections will be over. I'm not that puerile. Okay?
So what
I've been. Yes, go on, please.
So what numbers, if the odds have changed ahead of 2027, what numbers can Atiku pull off?
I won't talk about numbers because I am not clairvoyant. But
said the ADC will continue to cry because their days are already numbered. Obi's movement will always drag them to mud. Dele Mahmood ate Abiola raw. Abiola never became the president. Dele Mahmood has followed so many failed politicians. Even he has become an adamant follower of Vice President Atiku Abubakar. You know, you can actually picture a set of politicians that are creating a very terrible narratives in Nigerian politics. In 2019, Atiku said it was the turn of the North. And he was reminded that the man, Muhammadu Buhari, has not finished his 8th term. He said it doesn't matter. So he left APC, joined PDP because he couldn't get the ticket in 2015. Buhari seemed to be more popular. And the then Jagaban wanted Buhari so that at the end of the Buhari's tenure, he would take over because he trusted that Buhari would be lighter than Atiku. Now, Atiku lost. When it was turn of the South to take over the helm of affairs in the country, Atiku said it doesn't matter. And him and Wike played a very demonic politics. Originally, according to structure, the movement of the rotational presidency pattern as verbally agreed, written in the mind of all Nigerians, was that if it has come to the South this second term, it shouldn't go to Southwest because they've already taken a turn. It should go to Southwest or South-South. But because of the politics of Yes and Wike, he pressured PDP not to zone it to the Southeast. And Atiku encountered into that, saying if it is zoned to the Southeast, he will not worry, but it shouldn't be zoned to the South. Leave the matter to the South to decide if it is Southeast or Southwest. But Atiku refused. The money bag of the money they have stolen from government and sales of Nigerian properties was still pushing him. He truncated the chances of PDP and APC contesting that election. That was what gave birth to Labour Party. And right now, as it stood then, the Labour Party and PDP, as at then, shared vote. One 6 million, the other one 7 million. And the so-called APC, that was not popularly voted, became the head of the government, which is 8 million, according to what they rigged, because all of them were rigged. We knew that P2B won the election. Now, repetition of event that took place in 2019 was about to happen. It was now the turn of a man who seconded you in 2019 to take the helm of affair. You couldn't actually vie for him. You with your money bag, political pattern, and people like Bellyface like Dele Mahmood, gang up again, saying that nobody should bully Atiku out. But how can you stand the test of time if it were to be in 2031 that if Obina says that the power shouldn't shift to the north, what will be your response, Dele Mahmood? Because it is eventually going to be Obi or Tinubu. And what happens if Tinubu finishes in 2031 and decided that the power should remain wherever it goes and decide to fund a Southerner? What will be your reaction? How can they not accept it? Even if the election is won by the South, can they not accept it in 2031? That is the question that should be directed to the man Atiku Abubakar. Wickedness is in the heart of evil people. That's why money should not be in the hand of a wicked man. You see? If you present Atiku versus Soludo for presidency, Soludo will defeat him as far as 2027 is concerned. If you present Atiku versus governor of Imo State or Nwifuru of Ebonyi State, Nwifuru will defeat Atiku. Everybody knows this because of the mindset of the South and the North. We talked about this Muslim ticket. We felt uncomfortable with it, but you guys went ahead with it. We didn't bother because it was the North and the South. Because Nigeria is not really a religious country. I mean, everybody knows that. You're a Christian privately, you're a Muslim privately. Nobody cares where you worship. Because we are not really into that. We are more tribalistic than religious. That's why you can see Muslim and Christian getting married together, living in the same house, like the president himself, President Bola Tinubu. I don't have a personal problem with him. But I think his policies and way of leadership has brought hardship to the country. So, if Obi move to another party, it shouldn't be a concern to another party. So, Dele, Dino Minaye, remove mouth, including Kenneth Okonkwo, remove mouth from Obi's case. May God no strike all of you. Enough. All that you guys did in 2023, because all of you said something. And I realized that the trend has changed. All of you are saying, Obi does not have structure. Obi will never win an election. Obi does not have a governor. Obi does not have this one. But after the election, I listened to Dino Malaya's pattern of campaign. In 2023, Dino was saying that Obi cannot win even Anambra State. El-Rufai said Obi cannot win Anambra State. They were surprised that Obi floored them, both Abuja, both Lagos, both River States. Oh, mama. What is wrong with these people? Atiku was thinking that he is still as popular as he was in 2007. And the person who is actually against Atiku becoming president of this country is alive. And he has laid a curse on Atiku. Atiku's problem is rooted to his leadership and followership during Obasanjo's tenure. Obasanjo said he knelt down to beg Atiku to allow him second tenure. That's to tell you how dangerous and wicked Atiku could be. If an elderly man like Olusegun Obasanjo could kneel down to beg Atiku for 8 years. That was why Obasanjo vowed that for humiliating me, Atiku, you will never rule Nigeria. So if Atiku has anything to settle, he should go and meet Obasanjo, because I think he's under one kind of spiritual manipulation. If not, there's nothing that could have stopped him feeding in vice president to Obi this time around and fight very hard to remove Tinubu from power, thereby making it easier for him to be the president in 2031. Because that was what Tinubu did. Tinubu had all it takes to take the party presidential ticket in 2015, because he was the one that was instrumental to the APC formation. He only brought Buhari and presented him. Atiku came to join them because he was eager, thinking that his money would buy the vote from Tinubu. But Tinubu stepped down, allowing Buhari to go, because he believed so much that Buhari can be marketed both to the south and to the north. That it is not about money. Integrity is important. You see, in that 2015, The Buhari's credentials were not as dangerous and dirty as it were when he came to power. He was marketable with the issue of anti-corruption because so many Nigerians believe that corruption is the reason why the country is not moving forward. Tinubu drove on that. Just like presently, Obi's popularity is not rooted on anything except on the fact that he's going to run a country of economized system. A country of managing the economy and betterment of the people. A government that will be centered on the people. And from his lifestyle, that's why Obi is trending. In fact, it was equivalent to what happened to Buhari in 2015. That was why people chose to accept Buhari. Even Reverend Father Mbaka made a prophecy against Goodluck and gave it to Buhari. We didn't know that witchcraft has come in. We didn't know that they have bewitched Buhari because this was not the Buhari of 1983-82. Even though we know very well that it was a diabo that is behind the Buhari we know. Let me drop this video here. I will continue to analyze this matter as I continue to speak.